What's up, guys? You may hear that my voice sounds a little different, but I'm a little sick. I'm also a lot sick of TuneOn in my DMs, in my mentions, blowing up my Twitter, telling me I'm not biased, or I just make up numbers to say Justin Herbert's better than Tua. Trust me, I don't have to make up anything to say that. It's very obvious. And basically just worshiping the ground Tua walks on because of his inflated stat line against the Denver Broncos. Now, I want to walk you through this because I don't grade quarterbacks based on what they do. It sounds funny, but I grade quarterbacks based on what they do relative to what I think the average quarterback would do. How do you do that? Well, that's the whole point of a routine throw. You know how I grade most of my throws routine or pedestrian, and then you guys give me a hard time about it? That's because most plays, most quarterbacks can make. That's why backup quarterbacks are able to come in and complete multiple passes. The beauty of Mike McDaniel and Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle when he actually plays is that the Dolphins offense has a lot of routine throws in it, and they're routine throws that get lots of yards and lots of points. So we're just going to go through all the plays from this game that were relevant. What does that mean? At a certain point, the game becomes an absolute blowout and both teams kind of stop trying, whether it's the players jogging instead of running or the plays becoming very vanilla and soft. It becomes pretty obvious when the game is over, even before the final buzzer ring, final whistle's blown, final buzzer sounds, whatever the hell you want to call it. So we're going to go through. I'm going to grade every throw for you live, and you're going to tell me, TuneOn, which ones do you think are special? Which ones do you think Gardner Minshew wouldn't make? And why? Hit me with a timestamp. All right, enough bitching, enough challenging TuneOn. Let's get to the film. So I just want you guys to let me know when you see a play that looks difficult. Like right here, this is a pretty simple play. Wide open tight end, middle of the field, like 5 yards. It's a routine throw. Like most quarterbacks make that throw damn near every time, right? But let's be generous. Let's call it solid. It was a little far downfield. It was like 7-8 yards. Let's call it solid. Most quarterbacks make that throw, though. Next snap. Play action with motion. Literally everybody with the exception of one player in the middle of your screen is wide open. He can throw to literally whoever the hell he wants. Clean pocket too. Nobody is covering Tyreek Hill. Nobody's covering him at all. And it's not the most well-placed ball. Tua stands love to say, Tua's ball placement is accuracy. That's what makes him special. No. Look at this. It's wide open. Hill has to jump for it and completely stop his motion. It doesn't matter. It's Tyreek Hill. But that's not a spectacular throw. It's a wide open throw with perfect protection. Let's watch it again without me mucking it up with all my pauses. Back of his drop. Everybody's wide open. Ton of time and space. Cooks a brisket for 4 hours on 200 degrees and throws a floater that's not particularly well placed 15 yards downfield to Tyreek Hill. It's a solid play. He recognized the busted coverage. But that is a throw that every backup quarterback in the NFL can make. Here, easy slant, RPO. Very routine. Everybody makes that throw. Look at all that time in the pocket. Wide open. Everybody's wide open. He's going through his progressions, and this is hilarious to me. He looks to his running back, who's open, and doesn't throw it to him. So then he looks to his second man, who is covered, and then checks it down while two more receivers become wide open. This doesn't take processing. This doesn't take anything. This simply takes functioning a little bit at a backup quarterback level. This is great stuff. It's just, I don't know who couldn't accomplish this. I don't know who operates this offense at a lower level. All right, that technically counts as a pass. That's one of Tua's completed passes. For my purposes, that is not a pass at all. That's a handoff. because I could do that drunk off my ass at 5 a.m. off of a 3-day bender. And I should never play quarterback for any team ever. Another heavily scripted play, a throw behind the line of scrimmage, no reading necessary, no accuracy, no arm talent, nothing. Completely scripted. What quarterback couldn't execute that? Heavy motion and a wide open receiver. So this is the genius of Mike McDaniel. Watch 89 go in motion. Mike McDaniel has tried to import successfully something from the Canadian Football League. In the Canadian Football League, they let your receivers run around behind the line of scrimmage as much as they want. Mike McDaniel can't, because in the NFL, you're not allowed to move forwards. You're not allowed to move towards the line of scrimmage before the snap, but you can move laterally. So he just runs a drag where his tight end is at full speed when the snap is snapped. And then he runs Tyreek Hill right behind it. There's nobody within 10 yards of him. What quarterback doesn't make this 8-yard throw? So again, that's a solid throw. We'll grade it as a good play. But what did he actually do? Remember that we're not looking to see how well Tua executed the offense. We're looking to see what he did that a replacement wouldn't do. Look at this throw. This throw is not complete to any receiver other than maybe Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Because look at how much cushion the receiver is creating. This throw is about 5 yards too short. Tyreek Hill almost falls down coming back for it despite being wide open. This is a routine throw. Everybody can make that throw. And it's his first read. It's Tyreek fucking Hill. Another one. Just a simple little screen pass. Nothing. I'm not trying to hate on Tua. I would love it if his stats matched his play. It would be so much more convenient for me. I don't give a shit about this man. But it's very frustrating that he is doing nothing impressive. And the stats are fantastic because Mike McDaniel is, for my money, the best coach in the NFL. And Tyreek Hill is, for my money, the best receiver in the NFL. And for my money, Jalen Waddle, when he's healthy, is top 5. But another wide open receiver. These are all routine throws. Motion, play action, all the easy buttons. And good job on Tua here. He avoided a rush. He threw the ball before Randy Gregory hit him. But he threw it to a running back on a flat who's open. Less than a yard downfield. Come on. I just don't see how you can watch this and honestly be impressed by what Tua accomplished. Yes, the stats are fantastic. Yes, the Dolphins are awesome. The Dolphins are awesome, don't get me wrong. But that's not even a throw. This is a touchdown pass, and that's not even a throw. It's a handoff. I know this sounds like hating, but I defy you to find me 2 plays that Tua makes that every quarterback can't make. Now, this is actually nice. I like this. This is probably Tua's best throw of the day. More motion, more play action. Tyreek Hill completely uncovered 5-yard cushion of separation, unheard of in this league. But Tua's release is very quick. I'll give him that. It's actually more than a 5-yard cushion by the time the ball's caught. But it's 11 yards downfield. We'll call it a solid throw. Because it's 11 yards downfield. And Tyreek is the one who's making this play special. Mike McDaniel is the one who's making this play special. Mike White runs that play to the exact same caliber if given practice reps and if he gets to build a little chemistry. And Mike White sucks. Mike White is a bad backup in my mind. I'm actually very disappointed that the Dolphins signed him, because if they had just signed a good backup, either because Tua is injury prone or because they need a guy who's better, I think that it could really set them up to be a contender. But again, this is one of the best throws Tua makes all day. It is about 10 yards downfield. He never throws the ball downfield. It's the least vertical explosive offense I think I've ever seen, because it's so brilliantly schemed and the receivers are so fantastically talented. Again, RPO slant, extremely easy. Routine is all hell. All right, so you take out the pitch for a touchdown that basically was a handoff. You take out the little pop pass that you, your drunk grandma, most corpses, most walls could make. And I'm left with 15 gradable throws before this game got completely out of hand. 11 of them were routine, which means I think Gardner Minshew should hit 11 of them almost every single time. Which means if Gardner Minshew plays this game, the Dolphins probably scored just as many points. I gave Tua 4 solid throws, none of which were more than 20 yards downfield, the longest of which being 15 yards past the line of scrimmage, all of which were open by more than 5 yards, and all of which he had plenty of time in the pocket. He had exactly one positive pocket movement in this game. He threw under pressure one time. All in all, this gives him a 4.25 grade in my scale, but that doesn't really mean that much. Just watch the game. Rather than me getting into all of the metrics that I've invented to analyze the subjective data I've compiled, just think with your own head, use your own eyes. Do you think Gardner Minshew could have done that? Do you think Andy Dalton could have done that? Because if you do, you don't think Tua is special. You think the Dolphins are special, and they are. But Tua is probably the weakest link on that offense. Like I said in the beginning, if you disagree, hit me in the comments. Let me know why. Let me know where. I swear to God, I don't have anything against Samoans or Hawaiians or any kind of Polynesian that I might be leaving out. I'm not exactly the most educated in ethnicities in the Pacific Southwest. Trust me, it would be a lot easier to not dislike Tua. It would be a lot easier to say, oh, Tua's great, and then have all of Tuanon pumping me up and patting me on the back rather than hating me because I have the balls to tell them the truth. I wish I could be like Valley Boy Sports and just, or Valley Bro Sports or whatever the hell VBS calls himself, and just tell you exactly what you want to hear, Tuanon. Unfortunately, I got to tell you the truth. If you don't like that, either one, tell me why I'm wrong, very specifically, or two, and this one I feel like is the more likely end scenario, you can suck my dick. Till next time, I'll be grinding film. Hasta.